again. It's me, SKLMUNKY. So this is another take on fake anime, or what I like to call faux anime segment. Last video it was Martin Mystery, which was so uninteresting in both its title and its actual show that I didn't have much to say about it. Other than that, it was really stupid, and it was birthed out of the same studio that came out with Totally Spies, which was also stupid, but at least it was watchable. For right now, this show right now, I know for sure, like for Totally Spies and for Martin Mystery, I was unsure if it was French or if it was Canadian. French-Canadian, maybe, I don't know. But if it was straight up from Canada or if they were straight up from France, I don't know, because both kind of doing this fake anime style, they both seem to have very decent not voice acting, but the lip syncing to the voices was pretty. It was passable. It was decent. Unlike with Code Lyoko, which was I learned was French, had some of the worst syncing I've ever seen. It almost seemed like it was done on purpose. But I'll get more on Code Lyoko later on with the other videos. For right now, I'm going to be talking about what I know is straight out of Canada and is what I think a waste of CGI, and you know, there's a reason why this show isn't on anymore. That's Dragon Booster. Now see, like unlike Martin Mystery, Dragon Booster sounds a little more appealing to me. It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound boring. Martin Mystery sounds boring to me, you know, and it sounds cheesy as well. Trying to rhyme by having the same two letters in both the name and the word in the title. But see, Dragon Booster, it sounds cool. I mean, you got dragons, you got what I assume is something fast-paced because you have the word booster in there. But unfortunately, it doesn't go well with what you learn what Dragon Booster is, in that it's trying to mix mysticism, some type of ancient power sort of stuff mixed with technology. That it sometimes doesn't work that well. It really doesn't, for the most part. If it's like the mysticism, like ways of the old versus like the new sort of thing. If they're opposing forces like technology and ways of nature and all that thing, that usually works because you have two sides of it. When you mix it, you know, you're not always gonna get, you know, the peanut butter and jellies, the Reese's peanut butter cups. Like the mix, it comes off kind of weird. And in this case, it's the ancient power of dragons or something passed on to a super suit that this kid wears, and he becomes the Dragon Booster. This show is an all CGI. It's an all CGI, and it is very heavily cell shaded. And cell shading, I think it came out first in like video games, maybe. I don't think there was any like little maybe somewhere in some, you know, art school someone developed like cell shading. I don't know where it got its first sort of appearance. I think it was in video games. We started seeing cell shading first, and then this one uses This one uses cell shading for the sole purpose of making it look like it's been drawn, because they're so desperate to make it look like anime that they were going with their crappy version of cell shading. Actually no, this isn't cell shading. I mean, it's a type of cell shading, but it's referred to as toon shading. Because in toon shading, for some reason, there's this ever-present outline surrounding the 3D models, and it's always there. Even if they turn, the dark outline is always on the outside of the character's 3D model. As for plot, as for plot, it's basically just this kid is chosen to be this. Great, the train's coming by. Dang it. This kid is chosen to be the dragon booster in this world where dragons apparently exist in the future, and people ride on their backs. Really? Dragons allow people who are basically dragon food to ride on their backs. Why is it that we can't have cool dragon stories? I mean, it's sad when the coolest dragon story I can think of is Spyro the Frickin' Dragon, the first one, not the crappy sequels that followed. That's like the... Well, that and Dragonheart, but a lot of people didn't like Dragonheart. I kind of liked it. I can't think... Why can't we make dragons in any other medium cool? And if they are cool, they're always some sort of side note in it. They're only cool if they're a side note, like Dragon Ball. The dragon's not in there half the time. Ugh! It makes me angry. Why can't we have cool dragons, people? Why?
SKLMUNKY